what Cadet First Class Nate Wilson taught me about teamwork.
Welcome to the Sowing Seed Podcast. One guy's thoughts on family, faith, farming, and financial freedom. Now, here's your host whose intellect can only be measured by quantum mechanics, whatever that is, Matt Miller.
I grew up outside of the Chicago area, as I've mentioned previously, and wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do when I graduated from high school, but had a friend of mine, or a friend of my dad's actually, who was a liaison officer for the Air Force Academy, and one Saturday we ran into him, and he asked what my plans were after high school, and I didn't quite know, and he brought up the Air Force Academy, and one thing led to another. I ended up applying and was blessed to be nominated and accepted the class of 1989 there in Colorado Springs. Well, the first number of weeks in the summer before school starts is basic training or boot camp. I knew that I had gotten accepted, and I was a track runner, so I was in pretty good shape by running track. My specialty was the quarter mile. I got my combat boots early, and I would run just about every night around the neighborhood where I grew up as I listened to my Sony CD Walkman, the album of choice back then for me, which I still think of and brings back those memories of pounding the pavement in preparation for basic training, was Prince's Around the World in a Day. Anyway, between running and getting my boots broken in, I also had my coach, Coach Kearney, who was my football and track coach, who spent some extra time with me, putting me through workouts because I was bound and determined to be as in shape as I possibly could be when I got there for basic training. Well, I showed up to the academy, talk about a rude awakening, but very quickly saw that my hard work and my efforts paid off, as I did exceptionally well in basic training, in the physical stuff, in the fitness test that we took several times during basic and throughout our cadet career, etc. About halfway through basic training, though, the first awards of basic, or beast as it was called, were handed out, and they were the military performance badge that one would wear on their uniform throughout the school year. Because of my success, because of my fitness, because of how hard a worker I was, I thought for sure that I was a shoo-in to get that commandant's badge to wear during the first semester of my freshman year. But when it came time for those to be handed out, I was not one of the recipients. And as basic training went on a little bit longer, I had an opportunity to talk to my flight commander at the time, Cadet First Class Nate Wilson, and asked him why I had not been the recipient of that award. What he told me completely changed my life moving forward, because essentially what he said was, Miller, you have an amazing talent. You're fit. You're capable. You are a true leader, but you're all about you, and you're not a team player. That comment hit me like a ton of bricks, but it changed my thought process moving forward and has been foundational for much of my life ever since, being a team player and utilizing my skills to lift up all of those around me, not just myself. Thanks, Nate, wherever you are. God bless you.
Thanks for listening. Check out our website, sowingseed.net, the Sowing Seed channel on YouTube, and if you got something out of today's podcast, give us a 5-star review on your podcast player of choice. Until next time, go plant the seed you need to succeed.